Back in 2017, I read the Bible verse, Numbers 14:28. So tell them as surely as I lead, declares the Lord, I'll do exactly as I heard you say. So I kept reading that verse. I kept paying attention to that verse. The Lord will do exactly what I say. I kept paying attention to those words. So I started saying, hey, I want a Powerball jackpot. I want to make a million jackpot. I expect to continue win. So I've been saying that for 8 years. I started saying that in 2017 because I kept reading Numbers 14:28. I kept paying attention. I kept bringing my attention to that verse. So tell them as surely as I live, declares the Lord, I'll do exactly as I heard you say. So I've been bringing my attention to those affirmations. And I want a Powerball jackpot. And I want to make a million jackpot. I expect to continue win. I've been bringing my attention to this affirmation for 8 years. That's almost a decade. And I still haven't won anything. But attention is everything. I started saying those affirmations I've been saying for 8 years because I brought my attention to that Bible verse, Numbers 14:28. I kept reading that verse, repetition. I kept bringing my attention back to that verse. I kept rereading it. I kept bringing my attention back to Numbers 14:28. So tell them as surely as I lay declares the Lord, I'll do exactly as I heard you say. So I started saying, hey, I want a Powerball jackpot. I want to make a million jackpot. I expect to continue. Same thing with an interview by rapper Little Baby. He has an interview with German radio on YouTube. I kept bringing my attention to that interview. And Little Baby said, thoughts for hours, now that's my life. I kept bringing my attention back to that. Little Baby said, thoughts for hours, now that's my life. So I started repeating thoughts for hours. I've been doing that for 3 years almost. Because I kept watching that interview from Little Baby where he said, thoughts for hours, now that's my life. Same with Kobe Bryant. If you look on YouTube, Tracy McGrady said Kobe Bryant used to say all the time, I want to die young. He kept bringing his attention to this affirmation. I want to die young. And he's dead now. Horrible death. Same with listening to affirmation while I sleep. I brought my attention to this girl's video. She was making a video on hypnosis. If you listen to affirmation while you sleep, your subconscious is gonna take the affirmation and make it kind of pass. So every day when I go to sleep, I listen to affirmation while I sleep. I never thought of doing that before. I paid attention to this YouTube video from this girl. I never thought of saying affirmation. I want a Powerball jackpot. I want to make a million jackpot. I expect to continue. I've been saying that for almost 10 years, but I never started doing that before I paid attention to that verse in the Bible, Numbers 14:28. So tell them as surely as I live, declares the Lord, I'll do exactly as I heard you say. I never thought to repeat those for hours in my head before I paid attention to Little Baby's video on YouTube, where Little Baby says, thus for hours, now that's my life. So that's what you pay attention to. That's could ultimately make your future whatever it is. So what do I pay attention to now? I barely read that verse anymore. Numbers 14:28. I don't open the Bible or go online. I used to go online all the time and look up Numbers 14:28 and read that verse online on the internet. I don't do that anymore. But I still say the affirmation. Hey, I want a Powerball jackpot. Hey, I want to make a million jackpot. I expect to continue. So I still pay attention to those words. I pay attention to book on screenwriting, novel writing, so I can have novels and TV shows and movies. I pay attention to checks. I wrote a check for $700 billion. And I look at that check. I pay attention to that. What else do I pay attention to? I used to pay attention to podcasts on YouTube of people that bought businesses, of people that started businesses, women that started businesses. I paid attention to this podcast, but now I don't have internet anymore, so I probably won't pay attention. So that's what I pay attention to. It's what you pay attention to that's gonna become your life eventually.